Have you ever seen a river rushing by and just thought, how do we get power from that? Well, today, we're not just going to talk about it, we're going to build it. A tiny hydroelectric project right here. So let's jump right in.
But hey, before we get started, I want to give a huge shout out to the RS FATA team. I hear you're gearing up for a science exhibition, so good luck. This one's for you guys, and really for anyone who's ever been curious about tapping into the power of water. Hope this helps you knock it out of the park.
Okay, so what is this magic we're talking about? It's called hydroelectricity. Sounds kind of complicated, but it's not. It's really just about using the sheer force of falling or flowing water, gravity doing its thing, to make electricity. That's the core idea, the big principle, we're going to bring to life with our model.
All right, first things first. Every great project starts with gathering your gear. So let's talk about the toolkit. And don't you worry, you're not going to need some fancy high-tech lab for this. We're talking about some pretty simple stuff you might even have lying around the house.
Okay, here's the checklist. You're going to need a large plastic container, that'll be our base, some modeling clay or a sealant, a small plastic bottle. Then, for the guts of the operation, you'll need a small DC motor, a little propeller to act as our turbine, a tiny LED light bulb, and of course, some connecting wires. That's it! With just these few things, we're going to make something seriously cool.
Okay, got all your stuff? Awesome. It is time to build. We're going to kick things off with the main structure, the heart of our little power plant, the dam. So yeah, let's get our hands dirty.
Whether you're building a massive dam or our little model, one thing is always true. Every great project starts with a strong foundation. Getting this part right is absolutely key, because this whole thing is about controlling the flow of water.
And you'll see, the construction is actually pretty straightforward. Step 1, take that plastic bottle and cut it in half. This is going to be our water funnel, our reservoir. Step 2, get that modeling clay and build a wall inside your big container. You want to stick that bottle half right into the wall, so it creates a nice channel for the water to flow through. Fun fact, in a real dam, they call this a penstock. And finally, step 3, and this is important, seal everything up. We want all that water flowing where we tell it to go, no leaks.
Okay, structure's done. Dam is built. Now for the really fun part. We're installing the power system. This is where our little model goes from just being a structure to being a real working generator.
So, how does this all come together? It's a 3-step process. First, you're going to firmly attach that propeller right onto the little shaft of the DC motor. Boom, you've just made your turbine. Now, here's the really cool, kind of mind-bending part. Normally, you give a motor electricity to make it spin, right? But if you spin the motor yourself, it works in reverse and actually creates electricity. How cool is that? So that's step 2. Position your motor at the end of that water channel so that when the water flows out, it's spin to the propeller. And for the grand finale, step 3, take your wires and connect the motor's little terminals to the legs of the LED light bulb, and just like that, you've got a complete circuit. And that's it. Everything's built, the structure is solid, the circuit is all connected. There's only one thing left to do. The question is, are you ready to create some power?
Here we go, the moment of truth. All you have to do is just add water. Pour it into your reservoir and watch what happens. The water flows down the channel, it hits the propeller spins the motor, and yes, there it is. The LED lights up. You did it. You just generated your very own electricity.
And think about this for a second. That tiny little light glowing on your desk, it works on the exact same principle as those gigantic, massive dams that power entire cities. It's an amazing illustration of the power of scale. At the end of the day, it's all just water, gravity, and a little bit of smart engineering.
So there you have it. You've successfully harnessed the power of water. Pretty incredible, right? And it really gets you thinking, doesn't it? I mean, the next huge breakthrough in clean energy, it could start with something simple, a model just like the one you just built. So I'll leave you with this question. What new ways will we power the future? What are you going to build next?